and figuring out your strategies. And if they're not executed early on, you clearly start.
Kings. No one scores more points a game than the ladder leaders.
Again, I think you're going to go with the formula that's been so successful. They've only lost 7 games all season. And a couple of those games, they probably look back on and think there was a few.
Lead continues to swing here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Sotto got a piece of Suarez.
See if they can get away with it again. Angle pop.
He had him again too.
He did. And protect the rim well.
Franks with his back to the basket. Drop off for the big man, who's doing it at both ends.
The Adelaide Entertainment Centre is brimming again, and there is plenty of belief on the faces of these fans as they arrive here. A 5th straight sellout crowd of more than 9,000.
Good pressure on that way.
Big night for Ian Clark as well against the team he won the championship with last season. So he's going to be key. Had a nice moment with Chase Buford pre-game, but they embraced. But that'll all go out the window now because we are set to go. Let's send it over now to our commentary team. Jack Heverin, Andrew Gaze and Leonard Copeland.
Oh, my word. There is a mathematical scenario in which Adelaide can make the playoffs. I know Case tried to lay it out for us, but...
So you're saying we're a chance?
Oh, barely. Barely. We shall wait and see. First of a Friday night doubleheader. Round 18 here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Still to come. Perth Wildcats playing host to the Cairns Taipans.
I'd love to see Adelaide pick it up and get these fans going early, man, because they deserve it. What's this, the 4th, 5th sellout in a row for Adelaide?
It's certainly been something
They're
like
coming.
that, Jack.
They're coming.
And even if it hasn't sold out, they've been very strong attendances right throughout the league, but Adelaide fans have really jumped on board, and they've had a quality team to follow. And this guy here coming in late, Ian Clark, he's been a star in the competition and hasn't started much this season, and against his old team gets the start tonight, and you can see his versatility. Nice little floater coming in and into the paint.
He was an interesting one, Ian Clark. When they lost 5 in a row, Adelaide, Ian Clark was stone cold. There's Suarez from underneath with the opening bucket for Sydney, and that was a little easy.
That was a lot easy, Jack. Jeez.
Mitch McCarron, scoreless when they played on Monday. Had 6 rebounds and 5 assists, but didn't score from the field. Clark dances through, and he's got the first 4 points for the home team.
Well, that's something they wouldn't like. They pride themselves on packing in the paint, really protecting the painted area and points around the basket. But they've gotten way too easy. Now, the only factor that you feel comfortable about, we're scoring pretty easy down the other end as well early on.
So what you're saying is the first team that plays defense might have a chance here.
Well, very early days. And again, McCarron works his way into the paint. As we take a look down the other end here, Derek Walton Jr., very nice drop-off
No,
pass.
Drew loves those back doors. Anytime you see a back door, Drew gets excited.
It's a thing of beauty. Coordinating tool between the passer and the receiver.
You guys spoke about McCarron. I'd love to see McCarron come in and just be aggressive offensively. We know he can play defense. We know he makes the pass.
Suarez from outside, shooting the 3 ball at 40% across the season.
And that's right. And you can see Kai Sotto shaking his head. There's probably a breakdown. Maybe they wanted to switch it because there is no way the scout report said leave Suarez open.
Clark is feeling it.
Same thing. You'd expect the Sydney Kings to be a little bit more aggressive on
Come on now.
Oh, it's back to back. There's action going on all over the place as DJ Vasiljevic comes in. Very relaxed start by all these teams, playing loose.
Loose ain't the word, bro. This is a pickup game. No defense required.
Well, here's Ian Clark. Adelaide have got 7, and they all belong to Ian Clark. And then Vasiljevic walks to the other end and nails the 3 with 1 to come.
There was, and not a whole lot of contact on that one by DJ Vasiljevic. And 4-point play to ease the nerves and the anxieties about putting points on the board.
Not a lot of rebounds either because the ball's going in the basket.
This time, Franks tees off from outside.
Well, the Kings perfect. 4 of 4, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line.
Derek Walton Jr. has the mismatch, guarded by Sotto. Back out for Simon, and he lays it up. Nice little run here for the Kings. They've scored the last 5.
It is, and right now, CJ Bruton would be really
And you
just
can
try and hear him in the background. And I think there's been some breakdowns which, as a coach, you would have spent the week going through the scouting report and figuring out your strategies. And if they're not executed early on, you clearly start to get a little disappointed.
Robert Franks with his first points. First time anyone else for the 36ers has scored.
This could be a shootout at the OK Corral.
If it is, it'll suit the Sydney Kings. No one scores more points a game than the ladder leaders. Sotto drags in a big rebound.
Oh, it's well off the ball. And it's going to be on Robert. I think it's going to be on Robert Franks. And we take a look here at the 3 ball by Franks, and down the other end. Oh dear.
One shot here.
Is that technical foul as well?
Yeah.
Gee, there didn't seem to be a whole lot in that. It's a couple of guys coming together. Wasn't a real vicious push off by Franks.
Back down there,
He had a little bit to say after the decision as well.
One line here. Ball's in. One.
In many ways, just that little action there kind of sums up a lot of Adelaide's season. Knocked down a 3, it looks good. And then a complete brain fade at the other end as Vasiljevic loses the handle.
And that's
Copes, they've been a hard team to follow this year, Adelaide.
Of course, and from the beginning, because when you get a team like this with this much talent, and they beat an NBA team in the preseason, you expect nothing but greatness.
Cleveland trying to fire it inside to Sotto. Sydney saw it coming. Derek Walton Jr. is just playing with them right now. Vasiljevic for 3. Fouled again.
Clark gets called for a foul on the shot, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 3. And it's hard not to delight in the ball movement. They put pressure on the rim, the defense collapsed, a little touch pass. Oh my goodness. Looked like Clark just went straight by him. Gee, I didn't, maybe that camera angle was a little misleading, but that's a shooter getting the benefit of the doubt.
I think he might have got him, but it was late.
Did it?
I think it was late.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't a heavy contact, if there was any. Seeing Clark just stepping away, trying to
Breathe a little bit.
not get too emotional about what he thinks is a
Bit of woosah.
wusa.
Woosah.
What's wusa?
It's like step away and
Nice.
It's like the
it's out of rush hour.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. 17-10. Kings lead over the Adelaide 36ers. A bit of extended pressure. And Kawhi concedes a foul. Kings first of the game. How do the Kings approach this last weekend, Drew? And we'll get to the Perth game on Sunday a little bit later on, but they're on top of the table. They can't lose top spot.
Yeah.
How do they go about this
I
week?
think they go about it with a relaxed mindset. They can't be moved, but they've also got to think ahead. They're going to have a decent break between Sunday's game and their first potential semi-final playoff game. And I think they're going out here to win. Make no mistake about it. They want to win these games, but if they can find some rest for some of their main players, then I think they'd like to do that. And in particular, if they've got a few niggles, like Xavier Cooks may have a few niggles, so take the opportunity to rest him.
Would you, as a coach, have a look at some new stuff, new plays or something, just to see if it works?
Well, I don't know about this stage of the year. Right now, I think
What about different combinations?
well, again, I think you're going to go with the formula that's been so successful. They've only lost 7 games all season. And a couple of those games, they probably look back on it and think there was a few self-inflicted wounds that cost him the game. So
Yeah, but the playoffs is a different series. It's a different series. Now you're playing a team 2 or 3 times. They get to scout you and work on that team and those plays.
I mean, they've
a
had
little bit more.
Teams have had the whole season to look at the Sydney Kings, and they haven't been able to
Shut them down.
cut up.
So you're saying the Sydney Kings are going to win it all? Is that what you're saying?
I think we all agree they're the favourites. They've only lost 7 games, Cope, in case you missed the ladder.
Oh, that doesn't mean a thing. Playoffs is a
You're
different
right.
story.
No, absolutely. And the pressure of the playoffs, there's no doubt about that. This is a player that's really improved this season as well. I think Kai Sotto, he's made some big strides forward.
Suarez drives with the left hand, lays it up.
And that right there, though, is an example where you
needs
need
work.
improvement with Kai Sotto. Just anyone that puts the ball to the floor against him, he really does struggle. Not bad at protecting the rim when he's stationary, helping out on the weak side, but anyone attacks him off the bounce, he hasn't been great at being able to move his feet and keep offensive players in front.
Foul on Tim Suarez.
Like this. Little shake and bake, simple crossover, and he needs to do a little bit of it. If you're going to get beat, the effort to try and block that shot. Now, Suarez does a good job of making that contact.
Cooks. There is no problem with Xavier Cooks. They're a little non-committal about whether we're going to see him at all. I got a wry smile from Xavier when I asked if we'd see him tonight, but I doubt we're going to see him, but certainly there is no injury concern around Xavier Cooks.
That's a man sitting on the bench right now who looks very comfortable.
Got his legs crossed. Somebody bring him a bowl of popcorn. He's watching the show.
Replace that Gatorade with a pina colada or something like that. That's how comfy he looks.
I'm just wondering, though, if he doesn't play tonight, will he suit up for the Perth Wildcats on Sunday?
I'm not 100%. I say that given just a little bit of argy-bargy and the animosity between those two teams, that might extend beyond the playing group, that I think that the Sydney would be thrilled to try and cause some hurt on the Perth Wildcats. Yeah,
3-point number 8 for the 36ers as Cleveland steps into it.
This is amazing.
Well, they are, and the thing is they only hold a 6-point lead. They are lights out. 64%, 8 of 11 from the field, but they only hold a 6-point buffer.
That's all right. They're still shooting it. It reminds me of the preseason. Just no pressure at all, man. Just letting it go. Having fun, knocking it down, got the fans involved. This is Adelaide basketball. This is what we thought we were going to see at the beginning of the year.
This is an Adelaide 36ers team that are 9th in the competition for 3-point shooting percentage. 32% they've shot at across the year.
Which is not what the expectation was, particularly after we saw them early on. What they put up, 20, how many was it? 22 three-pointers against the Phoenix Suns, where the three-point line is a good, I think, 75 centimetres further. It's a little further out anyway.
Don't look at me, you two played in the league.
Yeah. 25 centimetres further out. Yeah, it's further out anyway.
Have you seen the Phoenix Suns? They're not that good, though. Whoa, get hot. And he's doing it, Jason. Mouse in the house.
That's what he's...
They didn't have the little statue back in our day.
Galloway from the back blocks Kouat-Noi.
Pull up.
And doesn't get it to go. Galloway puts it in. Where has this Adelaide team been all season?
This is beautiful basketball.
Well, I think they've been given a little bit of help by the Sydney Kings and a little bit of a blasé nature about the way they're going about it so far, and that's probably an example of it. Work on the boards there. Yeah, they're there, but it wasn't that ferocious, aggressive nature of getting on the glass and trying to secure that defensive board. And Galloway's coming out here, and he is, maybe because his brother's in the house on the other team, he just come out on fire. 3 of 3 from the field. He's got 8 points.
Justin Simon left open. It's off the front. And another attempt.
2 bricks.
Out for Walton Jr., who says, give it here, I'll show you how it's done.
How to do it.
1 through 4 red, so sounds like it's usually could be their code for switching. So anyone except for Sotto, they're going to switch.
Clark rattles out. Sotto drags it in and then fires it to Clark, and he can't score again. Kings trail by 5. Glover blocked. Wow. Antonius Cleveland's everywhere.
Yeah, and that's why he's a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Look at where he takes off from. That's the sort of desperation you like to see on the defensive end. Aggressive nature to get out there and using all of his athleticism to block that shot.
So, Joey, next year, if you're Adelaide, do you keep these same 3 imports?
Well, it really depends on what you can get from the local market if you're going to look for upgrades. And if you get the right pieces in the local market that you pick up, then these are 3 high-quality imports.
I was going to say, I love all 3 of them. I wouldn't, personally, if you can make it work, I'd try to keep all 3 of them.
The only reason you wouldn't be doing that is you don't think you can get the balance in that.
Yeah, I think I'll be there.
It's going to be a great night.
Just to hear you 2 guys say what you got to say.
I won't be. I'm not talking. I'm just.
There'll be a little. I think there's a little conversation with you at some point.
Oh, I thought I was just shaking hands and
Here we go.
presenting a little trophy.
A little Gaze trophy.
On the run sheet, it said I think you might have requested a little bit of time, actually. just give me 90 seconds on the run sheet. It'll be a wonderful night to crown the NBL 23 season. Oh, it's a goal team.
Double
Definitely count. And Sydney take the lead back.
And you know, that's one of those frustrating ones because I don't think that was going to go in. In fact, had a hit that the ball might have been below the rim. Oh, no, it had already hit the rim. That is not a goaltend.
Did he hit the backboard first?
Yeah, but then it hit the rim. It hit the backboard rim, then Sotto hit it.
Well, CJ Bruton wanted to challenge it. Michael Aylen, the senior official, said you can't challenge that call. So, point stand. Kings back in front. They've scored the last 9 in this game. And they've started now to settle and get the game played on their terms. And Adelaide are starting to turn it over a little more too. Vasiljevic drives and he can't score. McCarron.
Wow, that's nice.
That's easy. And if you next half-court possession, watch the way Suarez is playing Sotto. He's playing a one-man zone. So when a player's doing that, you become a really effective screener. And getting Sotto to set screens, and if you've got those perimeter shooters, should open up some three-point opportunities.
That ball movement at its peak, like we just saw from Sydney.
Just amazing, isn't it?
It's next level.
See Suarez almost disregarding Sotto down low and inviting him to score.
Trimmage up top. CJ Bruton was screaming for Adelaide to get the ball into his hands, and that's why.
I love Jimmy. He can get hot fast.
Lead continues to swing here at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Sotto got a piece of Suarez.
And that's his strength.
That's what he does.
When he's already there and he's in that set position, he's able to protect the rim well.
Franks with his back to the basket. Drop off for the big man, who's doing it at both ends.
Did he even jump? That was a...
Doesn't need to do too much.
7'2". Some good minutes tonight. That's not the sort of space that you allow DJ Vasiljevic.
Again, really good penetration. The penetration and the kick out. 12 points now for DJ Vasiljevic.
He's the game's leading scorer. 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Still to come tonight, Perth and Cairns at RAC Arena. Game that's super crucial for both teams.
He not get that off.
It's okay to swing that ball, but sometimes you got to take that shot.
Sotto sits down.
How many minutes?
He'd go 35. And Paul Smith have been saying, hey, you're going to play 35. I want this win.
That's right.
I want this one more than I wanted the Adelaide one.
That just sets up Sunday even more now.
Absolutely.
No, I don't know that.
Nah, but it makes sense, huh?
I'll tell you what is unusual, though, is in that first half, the Adelaide 36ers had 10 scorers and the Sydney Kings had 9. They're sharing it around.
They're getting it up. You know what's funny? The Galloway boys are going at it, too. They're playing great basketball.
And Kyron's got 8 points for Adelaide. Jalen's got 7 for the Kings. Suarez from the corner. Such a lovely stroke for a big man.
Well, that's really his major asset, a stretch 5 that can come out there, and he does a decent job of around the basket, but he's a modern-day Daniel Kickett, the way he plays.
No, he can't shoot like Daniel, though.
He's sort of in that vein.
I don't know, Drew. Have you remember Daniel?
No, Daniel was a superstar, but he's, as far as shooting the ball, I think of Daniel when he was a bit younger as well, though.
He's the game's leading scorer now. 14 points. Kawatnoy fouled over the back.
You know, these are the games where you have guys who are lacking confidence. These are the games you get your confidence, Drew. So you're ready for the playoffs.
It's also a game, because of the loose nature of this, it's one of those ones where I'm watching it, and if you think back in the day and we're going through all our reviews and trying to find some, there's a lot of things you could pick up here and say, well, you shouldn't be doing this. What are you thinking here? What were you doing on defense here? There's a lot of that going on, but offensively, it's been really productive.
Scored the first 6 in this third quarter.
These games remind you of you playing 90 days. And you play back in the week. Just about the offensive end.
Well, what are you going to be like that for? You got to know your role.
Oh, you knew your role.
Junior block, but Suarez cleans up the mess. Make that the first 8, and CJ Bruton is about to grab someone and have some serious words with them.
Well, he should.
But it's not acceptable right now. It's not acceptable at all.
Well, you rest up that little finger of yours, Dave, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks, fellas.
See you, man.
Didham's got a little boo-boo on his finger.
Fingernail. That's funny.
He's a
They can
superstar.
be tough, those little fingers. I think that clears it up for everyone.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
He's setting himself for Sunday, that's for sure.
Just a little too loose there. Probably wasn't necessary for the wraparound.
It looked nice,
pass.
though. It looked nice, babe. Don't take it away from him, Drew. It looked nice.
That was a turnover, coach.
Karen turns the corner. Cleveland was there the whole time.
He's worked on that three-pointer. You know, he's consistent now. You have to guard him from that three-point line.
Shot it at 47% from the field last season, coach, but his three-point clip not as good as what it has been this season. Certainly in the second half of the season, Antonius Cleveland.
Well, Derek Walton, like I said, there's things you can point to that you might want to see a lift, but his assists, it's up to 10 assists already in this one. He's got the 6 points, 10 assists. Not really a triple-double watch because he's only got the 2 rebounds, but 10 assists, he is finding people.
Make it 11.
Sotto, nice job to keep Suarez off the glass.
Oh, that's a travel.
There's a travel. And Clark up against his former team who he won a championship with last season. Was only with the group for the best part of half a year, but it looks as though he's made lifelong friends.
Great
Sydney
pickup,
Kings
too.
group, yeah.
Well, the timing was fantastic.
Suarez again.
No, Drew, you might be right. He can shoot it.
Oh, my word, he can. And he's perfect 3 of 3. Call play, and he's up to 19 points. But the thing is, he shouldn't be that open. That is his bread and butter.
Shot clock down to 5. Clark has to try and manufacture something, and he's good enough to do it. that deficit back to 4 at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre.
They're going to go to the same plate. They're running here, and again, they're going to see if they can get away with it again. Angle pop.
And he had him again, too.
He did, and because there was a switch coming, but it came really late. And Derek Walton kept it.
Get a ball up, Derek Walton.
Well, he has been giving it up, 11 assists.
Yes.
Karen gave up his look and gets inside. Can't get it to go with the right. Walton Jr. had options everywhere. One of them, Simon.
They just make it look so easy.
They run the floor.
Adelaide get the ball back. They're in front by 1 with 1:18 remaining. Justin Simon in. Angus Glover out. Adelaide have lost 8 games this season by under 9 points. It could have been a totally different conversation coming into this game, Copes, had they won even half of those close ones.
Absolutely. And again, they have the talent. They just got to put it all together. And that's why, again, I say, do you blow this team up? I probably wouldn't. Give them another shot at it.
And try and keep that man, that's for sure.
Well, there's another example. I know there was a little fumble there, but again, a switching situation. They get a mismatch. Suarez trying to guard.
Kings in possession. Less than 60 seconds to play at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Bruce from deep.
Just deep. That is deep.
Franks controls the rebound for Adelaide. Clark marshalling the troops. Franks pops out for 3. That's well short.
You don't necessarily need a 3, a quick 2 would do it. They couldn't get either.
Floor, player safety out here.
Cleveland a bit slow to get up, so
Just come through here for me on the 3-point line.
take another look in. Suarez got tangled up.
There's a live, oh sorry, Jack, there's the live ladder. Like we said, still a lot to play out, but down this end is where it's going to get interesting. Who's going to sneak in? And Melbourne United's they've still got a rough chance to get there.
They'll play Adelaide on Sunday.
Right now, though, I think you're trying to get a steal in the backcourt. If this gets in the front court, then I think you've got to play the free throw game. They've still got a foul to give, though.
And there it is. From here on in, any foul conceded by Sydney will be bonus free throws. Cleveland to inbound. Oh, Clark almost slips over. Found himself in a spot of bother. They fouled Galloway.
Well, they're going to chosen to play the free throw game.
And Kyron Galloway, from a very small sample size, is a 33% free throw shooter this season.
Huh?
Well, they've fouled the right guy, haven't they?
Jack, you need my glasses? You sure?
As I say, small sample size. Hasn't seen a stack of game time across the season.
Thank you. 2.
The plot thickens. That drops and it's a 2-possession game.
They've got a timeout. They're going to burn their last timeout by the looks so they can advance the ball. And, or maybe no, just a substitution.
boys sorted out. Sean Bruce trying for the quick three. That misses everything.
Gee, I know they needed to get a quick one, but that, you think they still had time to get a better shot than that, than what Bruce just launched up there.
And you've got Noy and Glover and Galloway on the floor. And Spirings, I should say, as well. Quick reset of the clock.
If you hold on the inbound, it'll be one in possession. If you hold on the inbound, it'll be one in possession. Across the line.
Franks gets it over halfway.
They're not going to worry about it.
He's going to jack it up himself. What about that for a finish? If that is the final moment of the Adelaide 36ers season, then it's one that they can walk away with a smile from. 115 to 108. They knock off the top of the table, Sydney Kings.
Thank you for watching. Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito ay mag-subscribe ka na sa ating channel. Paki-follow na rin ang ating Facebook page, Utak Pilipinas. Again, this is D Sports TV. Paalam.